Hello, everybody, and welcome back to another episode of Radically Real. We probably should have just recorded the last 20 minutes of us chatting, but some things have to stay beyond the record button. Guys, today I am excited to have Matsu here with me. Matsu, tell everybody who you are and what you're up to.
Hi, you guys. My name's Matsu. I'm just a political commentator, fitness guru on the side. If you want to look me up, I'm MVTSU. That's M Victor TSU on TikTok, and I'm THE.MVTSU on Instagram. I also have a Facebook page if you guys want to follow me there.
I love that. And I found you because of a reel that I want to say, Jake?
Jake, only
Jake the
Patriot Jake,
Patriot?
yes.
Only
Or
Patriot Jake?
Jake the Patriot, yeah. Either one.
There's
I
something.
don't know which one of his usernames.
I think it came up on Gays Against Groomers, and I saw your story come up, and that's the reason I wanted to have you come on. But like I said, we had a great chat before this. It was going to be a really good episode. But you got fired from your job for your political views.
I mean, it wasn't so much my regular job. It was more of like a side gig. So hopefully my mom's not watching this, but I go danced for this club as well. Like I go
It's all
dance
good.
once every other month. Sorry, mom. And then I also
Well,
was starting up Pilates classes at the end of every month. We only did one so far, but that one wasn't like they didn't advertise that one. And so finally the second one, they were like, we're gonna make a poster, we're gonna put it on our Instagram page. And so they put the poster up one day, like it was on a Monday. And the
mhm.
following Tuesday at like 10 in the morning, I get a text saying, hey, your event's been canceled. If you have any questions, refer to this email. They didn't explain why. I emailed the email, still haven't heard back. But when I went back to the post, I saw some comments about we're having MAGA instructors now. We're having people who hate gay people. We're having people who hate trans people. We're having
Gay
yeah,
people that hate gay people.
gay people that hate gay people.
You hate
We're
your own
having
kind? What the hell?
yeah, I mean, that's the age old, internalized homophobia or whatever. And next thing I know, the post has been taken down. They take the poster, put it on their story, and just write canceled in big red letters over it in the most dramatic, petty way possible. Um, and suddenly, next thing I know, I have drag queens. I live in California. I have drag queens all the way up and down the Central Valley from Sacramento down to Bakersfield, just dragging me online, which was so ironically hilarious.
Well, it's ironic. So if you guys didn't catch it, he's gay. Um, that's what gets me about this whole thing is like you hate gay people, but you're gay. So how is it that you find a relationship if you hate gay people being a gay man?
Listen, the amount of liberal gay men that I've dated too, it's like so funny because I understand where people can come from. And
For sure, me too.
I've gotten to the point now where I'm like, I can't date a gay liberal anymore because it's just sometimes the stupidity gets too much. But
You're damned if you do
anyways,
and damned if you
you
don't.
damned if you do, damned if you don't. It's just hard in this community to find anyone that has even a semblance of common values as yourself. But it's like I can at least understand, and I was working in this club knowing that my views were definitely not the popular views, and it's like I can be cordial with anybody, but as soon as I deviate even slightly to the right of left, I'm now a Nazi, I'm a fascist, I'm a homophobe,
Yep,
I'm a
I
transphobe,
get
I'm a
called all of
racist.
those things.
Of course, yes.
Yeah.
But I think it hits home even harder when they probably call you a misogynist and they call me a homophobe. And it's like,
Oh, I get called
okay,
all. Oh, there's Dexter. Hi, Dexter.
hi Dexter.
Yes, the cats show up in our episodes quite often. They'll hop up, and I have hairless cats too. And people are always like, "Ah,
Oh,
well,
hairless cat.
today it's Dexter." I I get called all of those things too. I get called a homophobic, transphobic, bigot, racist, ugly, fat. Oh, just all of things. I always joke
Okay.
and say, "I'm not ugly, and look how nice my skin is. Like I'm 44. Look how tight the skin is. It doesn't even move,
Well, I
and I
even had
don't have any Botox."
the amount of people that call me ugly and it's like you clearly don't own a mirror in your house. And
What?
especially when you take the makeup off, the drag makeup, girl, chill out. Like
Yeah.
you don't talk to me.
It's like, I'm sorry, you just called who ugly?
Yeah,
What?
like,
But I hate that for you because even though it's just kind of like a side gig thing, it doesn't freaking matter. Is the fact of the matter is to call a gay man all of those things when you're freaking gay.
and it's the lack of communication for me because if like I understand like small business, which this isn't even really a small business, but I understand small business, you come to me and you're like, "Hey, we're getting a lot of backlash about your background that we didn't know about. We're gonna have to cancel your event." I would've been like, "Okay, I totally understand. This isn't it's not the first breakup I've had over this. Like, we can be adults." But the fact that I haven't even been communicated with yet, and it's been over 2 I think it's been over 2 weeks at this point. I'm not even sure anymore 'cause time just goes. Um, but it's just like, why can't we be adults about this? And also, it wasn't even like I don't even think it was patrons because I don't know. I'm pretty sure it was just staff who blasted the club on their own socials, didn't talk to management about it, and they just had their friends basically gang up on the club itself to the point where they felt the need to remove me without any explanation. So it's just like the gay community, at least in the Central Valley, just seems to be stuck in their high school mean girl ways. And it's like gays typically have the daddy issues. You put mean girl energy with daddy issues, and it's like a recipe for disaster in your spiritual, mental, emotional life. So
100%, and I just think it's such bullshit to even pull that into the equation. It's like you are a great instructor, right?
I mean, like I don't mean to toot my own horn, but I work for one of the most prolific, like hot Pilates slash yoga studios in the area, and my classes are booked. So it's like I think I'm a pretty good instructor. The first class we did was so good, everybody loved it. I mean, I don't know, it's like I don't bring my politics in with my fitness side. I never brought my politics in when I go-go dance. It's like that's a whole separate life that I live on the internet and like when I go to like state conventions or I go to like national conventions, I don't bring that into the workplace with me. So it's
Me
like
neither.
I
Me
never made
neither.
this the problem. You guys made this the problem. It's like I wasn't trying to convert you guys. I wasn't doing hate crimes against you guys. Meanwhile, this club brought back a drag queen who punched patrons, stole money because they bring that drag queen brings money to this club. And so it's like, so you don't want someone who is quiet about their politics, despite the fact that like we can probably agree somewhere in the middle about several things. Like you don't even have a conversation with me, but I know that we can meet in the middle. But you're gonna kick me out, but you're gonna leave this drag queen in who punches patrons and steals money. Okay.
That is absolutely insane. And I think a lot of the either trans or gay people that I've had on the podcast get so much more hate from the left than they do from the right.
And that's, like, the funny thing because the left would be like, "They're never gonna choose you. Donald Trump isn't gonna choose you." And it's like, "Well, you guys aren't choosing me." And it's like, I have a following. I have 34,000 followers on TikTok. My followers are definitely not left-wingers, and if they are, they're just the haters that are following me. But it's like
Yeah.
yeah, that constantly I run on their hamster wheels in their head. But it's like, I get so much love from the right, and I mean, like, there are people on the right that don't agree with the lifestyle, but I don't find that to be hatred. I just find that to
No,
be someone who disagrees with the
a
lifestyle, and, like, that
disagreement.
yeah, it's a disagreement. They don't hate me, they don't want me to die, they don't want me to get murdered or anything. They just don't think it's right, and that's fine with me. Like, I don't think that's a problem. I think that's a point of neutral understanding.
Well,
But
and
the
I
left
you're always gonna have people like that. You're always gonna have people that disagree with the things that you do.
right, meanwhile, there are people on the left that genuinely want me to die, just for
Like
my
literally
views.
though.
Like, they're like,
Yes.
they
Well,
you're "We want you to be another Kirk," and it's like, that's crazy.
I know they say things like "get kirked" or something. That's awful. Like
Mhm.
that. Like who even says stuff like that? That is so insane to me. The other thing, I had a detransitioner on, and when she started to detransition, they hated her, called her a traitor. Like
And it's like, okay, why can't someone change their mind? Like, I don't understand. Like,
not allowed.
someone
You're
okay,
not allowed.
someone did you're not allowed to. Wow, because this person was, like, believed that they were trans, and it turns out that they misidentified themselves, and they're like, "Okay, I'm back to being a gay woman or a lesbian woman or a gay man." And it's like, "Okay, but they're still in your rainbow coalition." So I don't understand what the problem is because it's inconvenient for you that some people just
Hmm.
aren't actually trans. Which the thing is, why are you looking at other people for validation? You should be feeling validated within yourself. And that's also the biggest problem in the gay community. Nobody is secure in themselves and they look for validation externally.
Well, everybody does.
I think that's true. And someone else pointed that out to me, but I think it's even more explicit within the LGBT community. I think it's way more that people look for external validation for their core beliefs. And it's like
I would
I
also
believe
say I would also say that it's like an extreme. It's maybe more extreme in the T community.
oh, way more. Well, absolutely.
You
I
know.
mean, like Yeah, it's just like, what? Because we're stating the actual truth that you do not have the same lived experience as a natural born woman. That invalidates you. And it's like, no, that validates you, I think, even more because you have a different lived experience and that's okay. But this is how you experience your life. And I don't understand what is so toxic or violent about that statement. That doesn't make like, I do not have the same lived experience as a straight man, and that's okay.
No. Have you ever
Wow,
been
that's
with a
what a
woman?
concept.
Have you ever been with a woman? A woman?
I've dated women. I don't think I have any sexual interest. I think women are beautiful, but, like,
Yeah.
sexually,
Like
I'm not
my friend Simon, he's gay. He's never like been with a woman. He's like never had sex with a woman ever. Like he's
yeah,
like, ew, that's so gross.
yeah, and, like, fish lips, no thanks.
Yeah, yeah. It's so a lot of people don't realize that. Like, as a lot of gay men have like actually never ever like
Yeah.
been sexual with a woman. Some of them have been because they pretended that they weren't gay, but um it's so true what you're saying because people always will search externally. That's just what people do. They're not comfortable with themselves. They want validation and blah blah blah. I think the thing about the we'll just call it the T community or the Q plus or whatever, however many letters are after that. Um they kind of get like their raptors into you. And if you're someone that's searching for validation and confirmation and all of those things, affirmation, all of it, like that is a place where you become prey.
Well, I mean, like, even in a follow-up video I did after this whole thing happened, I even talked about how I felt like I had trans tendencies. I felt like I had gender dysphoria growing up because I wanted to be a girl growing up. Even in my adult life, there were stages where I was like, I want to be a woman. And it's like, no, I was just so insecure in myself. And I was looking for
Mhm.
validation outside of myself so extremely that I felt like I
Do you
needed
think
to.
that was because you were gay? Like were you
Well,
having a hard time like coming to
I
terms
think I
with
did
that?
growing up. I think growing up, the reasoning why is because, like, if I was a girl, my life would be so much easier. I could be a girl that likes boys. As an adult, I was like, I don't feel masculine and I look
Mhm.
more feminine. Maybe I should just be I feel like I should have been a girl. I should be a girl. Like, this is how I should present. I had my hair really long. It was like down to here. Still didn't shave my legs because that was a lot of work. I was like, "Ugh, that's too much."
It's
But
so much work. I need to shave my
so
legs
much
right
work.
now. It's not pretty.
But it was like and then I started, working out and developing muscle in ways that I never thought I could and really honing into my own masculinity, and I was like, "Wow, no, I love being a boy. I love being a man." It was just I was never secure in myself to the point that
Mhm.
I felt like I had to be someone else entirely, and I think that's where I can't say I don't think that's every trans person. I mean, like, there's the Blair Whites, there's the Buck Angels, where people genuinely are trans, genuinely have, like, a very strong sense of gender dysphoria, but I think
Yes.
there a lot of times, especially with detransitioners, it was just like, no, we are so lacking in self-confidence. And then we're prey to the trans radical agenda that trans people
Yes.
come, they sink their teeth into, and you're like, no, you are the opposite gender. No, you are non-binary. No, you're this and this and this and this, to the point where people start believing it.
Uh, you hit the nail on the head, and it's because they're so insecure with themselves. The detransitioner that I had on, she said that at one point during her transition, first of all, the testosterone was literally killing her. It's making her absolutely insane and violently sick and ill. But she said at one point during her transition, she thought she was a robot.
I mean, it's like it's a very unhuman, like an inhuman experience, especially for people because the thing is, at the end of the day, even though I will never be able to, like, I can say that I want to be a woman, I will never understand what it feels like to be one. Even if I transitioned, I still don't know what it feels like to be a woman. For us to say that we should be able to feel or like experience something that we will never be able to experience, it's almost a mind fuck. It's like, yeah, you feel almost like out of body.
Yeah. Well, and then you have Dylan Mulvaney, who we talked about earlier, and he's always like, "Yeah, day 365 of womanhood with my Barbie pocket."
With my Barbie my
That's what he
running
calls
doing
his
my hikes in
vagina.
my
Like,
heels. Yeah, I know. It's the most denigrating form of like, caricature you
I would
can
never call my vagina a Barbie pocket.
a
I
Barbie
literally pushed a
pocket.
human out of my vagina, okay? Like, it's not a Barbie pocket.
And it's not like you're going over here hiking in your heels and your mini skirts. It's like Not to yuck any of your audience members yum if they actually do that, but it's like I think I think most women typically are out there wearing their hiking boots and, aren't over here being the worst caricature of themselves.
That one really bothers me because, I mean, all the power to you, Dylan, all the power to you. But I have an issue with companies always, like I said to you earlier, like always making him the spokesperson for like a period product. It's like you don't get a period. Do you know what it's like to have a period? You don't know what that's like. You're never
Yeah,
gonna know
no,
what that's like.
that's constipation. That's constipation, baby, sorry.
Like, bro, I see him and he told this story that he carries tampons in case he's in the ladies' room and someone needs one. Well, I can appreciate the reasoning behind why he wants to carry one. I still don't think that like the company should have made him the spokesperson for a period product when he just does not know what that's like. No one wants to know what that's like. That's your insides coming out of your body for 7 days.
Yeah. I mean, like, listen, if I could experience the miracle of birth, I would. I do not want to deal with a period whatsoever. And I
Let
don't
me
think
tell you.
most people don't. I don't think most people do.
Let me tell you, I've had 3, okay? I've had 3. 1 came out of my vagina, and she got stuck, okay? And I had to get cut to the edge of my asshole to get her out, so that was fun.
I'm sure.
And then the other 2 were C-section, and let me tell you, that fucking sucks too because it feels like your insides are falling out of your body for, like, a month, but I've had these experiences because I'm a woman, and it's almost like with this sort of ideology that's happening and this movement, if you will, that like women and their experiences are being erased. Like, Dylan,
Yes.
you're never going to push a baby out of your vagina and get cut to the edge of your asshole. You're never going to know what that feels like.
Right. And it's even worse to me because it's only coming from the male to female transitioners. You're not seeing
Mhm.
this from the female to male transitioners, at least not as much. And because a lot of it is just a fetishization or it's for clicks, in my opinion. It's a lot of trans trenders. That's the term I got from Blair White. It's a lot of trans trenders where people are just trying to do it for clicks. They're trying to do it for clout. And it's like the worst I see from female to male transitioners are like porn stars, and that's basically it. And but you never really hear them outspoken talking about, like, what it's like to be a man because it's just like, I don't know. I don't know how I can make, like, a comparison, like, a parallel comparison because the 2 are so broad, like, so vastly different, and
Mhm.
even just the communication from the people on both sides are vastly different. It's just like you mostly hear about all of this chaos and toxicity from the male to females because I think the problem is also just men. I really do think, like, men are just they will do what they can predatorily.
Mhm.
Does that make sense? And not to generalize all men, I don't think all men are terrible, but it's like the worst of the worst men will do whatever they can to fulfill desires.
Yeah. Yeah. Like Ted Bundy and Jeffrey
Mhm.
Dahmer. No, I'm
Like,
just kidding.
literally. No, I mean, you're right, though. I mean,
I'm
you're
just
right.
kidding. Like serial killers.
Like, yeah, let's make that scene right now. Trans
you
men
know,
trans trans women are serial no,
like the crazy kind, like John Wayne Gacy.
John
They're
Wayne
just
Gacy.
it's like
Dressed up like a
he
clown,
has the
yes.
Did you see my shirt? Look at my shirt.
Oh, wait, let me see. Oh, John Wayne
Isn't
Gacy.
it the best? It's
Lily
kitties.
Chino.
Anyways. And it's kitties. If you're not watching on YouTube, you guys need to go check out my shirt. It's fucking awesome. Meow. Anyways, um but I mean, I guess we could compare them to that type of crazy. They're not. But, I think what happens is it really ruins it for people that genuinely are trans and do have gender dysphoria and really like they are ruining it for the people that are genuinely just cool people.
No,
You know
100%.
what I mean?
Yeah, no, I mean, like, I don't know very I've had 1 trans roommate, male to female, loved her. I love Blair White, I love Buck Angel, there are
Yeah.
so many trans conservative influencers that I respect because
Yeah.
they respect biology and they understand to leave the kids alone. And it's like these
Mhm.
crazies who come out and they talk to kids online and they, like,
Oh, who's
acting
that
very
one guy
predatorily.
with the short hair and
What's
he
his
wears like the
name? And he's like, "Hi,
Oh,
kids. Come to my Patreon."
hi, kids. Why are you
It's like,
talking to kids?
is it like Jeffrey, Jeremy, something like that?
I don't know his name.
I
I don't know his
can't
name, but
remember
every
his
time I
name.
see him, he's got like pink eyeshadow on to
Pink
like
eyeshadow
up
or like
here.
blue all the way up. Yeah. Uh,
Oh, it looks
and
so
he's like, "I
bad.
want to
And
talk
I'm a
to
certified
the
makeup
kids."
artist. Oh,
Yeah. He's like, "I
yes,
want to
he's
talk."
always like, "Hey, kids," and same with Lily Tino.
It's like these
Hey,
are the ones.
kids.
I I made a video yesterday about Jasmine Crockett and like Ketanji Brown Jackson, and how like I would appreciate a black female on the Supreme Court in Congress as president if they had the merit to be there. If they had the merit to be there, if they were intellectual and actually knew their stuff. Ketanji Brown Jackson over here saying that if you steal a wallet from Japan, you're basically a Japanese citizen, or from a Japanese person, you're basically a Japanese citizen. Whatever. If this, and my whole point was like, if these are the black women we have, this is a really sad, like these are the worst examples and do not uplift black women at all. Meanwhile, we
Mhm.
have these trans female or male to females that are the worst examples that don't uplift the trans community at all. It makes the entire LGBT community look terrible. And
It
it's
does.
like, it does. And it's like, I want LGBT acceptance to go up. Now, in America, it's gone down among Republicans over the last 5 years straight now. And it's like,
I
we,
wonder why.
I wonder why. We're shooting ourselves in our own foot. We're shooting ourselves in the foot, propping up, the community is propping up these people who try to talk to kids, who push this narrative on kids, who are trying to put these adult books in school libraries,
Oh God, don't
transitioning
even get me
kids.
started on that. Oh,
Li Literally, and it's like, guys, if you were just normal, we wouldn't see this trend of negativity towards the community.
yeah, no
Conservatives
one would
were
care.
conservatives were accept the trend line was going up among conservatives until you started pushing this narrative on kids, and it's like, I want acceptance to go up on both sides. Are you guys clearly don't want that. You guys want to be victims, that's the problem.
Matsu, they don't even see it. They don't even see it. Avery Lockhart and a friend of mine, Tyson, did a episode where we talked and reacted to radical left ideology. And something I had said on that episode was they don't even realize that what they are doing is to their own detriment
Yeah, 100%.
and the whole community's detriment. You're getting your own rights taken away. It's not us taking your rights away. It's like you are pushing so hard that you're literally getting your own rights taken away.
Calls for overturning gay marriage, and there are some in state legislatures here, not in the federal government, thank the Lord. And SCOTUS had its opportunity and it didn't. I need to remind that for the viewers. SCOTUS had the opportunity to overturn gay marriage and they didn't. The
Hmm.
thing is, there are still calls on the right to overturn gay marriage, but we didn't hear that for years after Obergefell. We didn't hear that for years because acceptance was going up. And now, because you guys are so radical, there are now calls to overturn it. So, yeah, you guys are asking for it yourselves.
Yeah,
It's
because you're
so
pushing it.
yes, it's so insane to me how people don't understand how how much they sound like lunatics. Like leave the
They
kids
don't
alone.
think they
That's
they don't think they do.
they genuinely think that it is a matter of justice to allow kids to identify how they want to identify and get all the surgeries that they want and appear the way that they want to. And it's like, I didn't know who I was 10 years ago. I'm not the
Oh my
same
God.
person I was 10 years ago. I'm not the same person I was 2 years ago.
No.
I'm
And you know what?
29.
Let me tell you this. From 29 to 40, from 29 to 40, you are going to change so fucking, and I can say that because I'm older and wiser. You are going to change so much. It's not even funny. Like the amount of change that you experience from 20 to 30, from 30 to 40 is insane. I'm not the same person I was when I was 10.
No, I want to be making video games at like 6 years old. I wanted to be a video game maker. And I'm like, I have no interest in video games now as an adult. I don't play video games anymore. So it's like, what do you mean this kid who probably thinks he's a dinosaur one day says he's a girl the next day and you think that they need a transition?
You know, I have a client that I actually did her hair today, and she is a child therapist. And she said, I have had a kid that every time he would come in, he was, like, different gender, different name, and the parents were just, like, wanting her to, like, affirm whatever the kid was saying, and she can't not, she can't be like, "This is crazy." Um, but that's a perfect example of, like, the kid's flip-flopping back and forth, and you're just ready to affirm whatever he says.
It's lunacy.
There's something wrong.
There's something wrong, and it's borderline child abuse. I
Yeah,
would
I
consider
think so.
actual child abuse, yeah. It's
Yeah,
actual child abuse.
I do too. I think it's wrong, and I think I saw, a reel, and it was, like, this lady, she was at Pride, and, she said, "Oh, yeah, my daughter or son," I couldn't remember, like, "came out as trans at 18 months." I'm sorry. When I saw this video, my daughter was 18 months, and I was like, "She could barely talk. She's not telling anyone that she wants to be a boy."
If I grew up in today's day and age, the doctor would be telling my parents I would be committing suicide if they didn't transition me, because I wanted to be a girl so bad as a kid. I would have already been a girl. I would have probably been a
Yeah.
detransitioner at this point, which is so sad. My body would have already been wrecked, permanent bodily damage, um,
Yep.
uh, permanent medicalization of my body for the rest of my life.
Yep.
Um,
Well, and you have all these people going, "It's not permanent." It's like, "Oh, yeah, I'm sorry. If you take estrogen long enough, you're gonna be sterile and your sperm will
sterile,
not work."
sterile. Puberty blockers, your bone density's gone. It's just you're it's just so and there's been so many studies, but it's just the Rainbow Coalition will just look a blind eye, turn their faces away for anything that helps their confirmation bias, that affirms their confirmation because that's all they do their whole entire life. They look for the affirming things. They can never look at anything contradictory to their own philosophies.
Yeah, why
And
would they do that?
why would they do that? And it's just a self fulfilling prophecy. You guys are fighting to you're fighting for rights, but at the same time, the self-fulfilling prophecy, you're also taking them away at the same time. It makes no sense to me.
I totally agree with you, and I think we're gonna have a wave, we're gonna see a huge wave of adults detransitioning, and I believe that that's gonna happen. We're already
I mean,
seeing
it's
it.
already starting it. Yeah, it's already starting. The amount of like Reddit threads regarding detransitioning has just blown up over just the last 5 years.
I
And
know.
and
So
trans radicalism, I mean, like, it's been around for a while, but I think it really only started picking up, what, just 10 years ago? So it's crazy how blown up even just detransitioning stories have gotten just within 10
I
years.
know. Well, and just even having that one episode with the detransitioner, the things that she told me is like you look back at her life, and it was a series of her just needing to be seen for who she was,
Right.
and her mother trying to make her someone that she wasn't, and desperately seeking the approval of somebody, anybody kind of thing. And I my heart goes out to her. I look at her situation, and like the whole time we're talking, it was very apparent to me that she just needed someone to like to love her, let her be who she wanted to be, and she never felt accepted from her mother. So you get into these communities and they get their little talons into you,
Yep.
and all of a sudden you think that you've been, accepted, finally accepted. So you're kind of willing to just like do whatever to stay accepted by this group of people. And like I said, when she went to detransition, they all turned on her.
Yep. And there's a weird parallel between the LGBT community now and I would say the church because it's the same thing. It's like the church will turn you away for like or like I would say religious parents or parents were like not in my day and age but like back in the day or even
Hmm.
there's it still happens now where people are gay and they're threatened with being homeless as children. And it's like these people just want to be affirmed in themselves and like being who
Hmm.
they are. Like if I like and at the same time, now they have this after growing up and aging out of their parents' home, they have this negative view on religion. And it's almost like this is where I have problems with the church because it's like the church can I, and say what you want about whether homosexuality is okay in Christianity or not. I'm a Christian. I believe in God. I go to church. My church might not affirm me. That's okay. We can disagree. But it's like
100%.
yeah, if the church is so hell-bent on pushing these people away, where are they gonna go? They're gonna go to the worst people in society. Not saying that there's always
Hmm.
great people at church, but they're gonna go to the people that have the talents and the things, and they're gonna sink them even lower. And it's like,
Hmm.
these people need love and like support. And you might not agree with what they do in their own lives, but pushing them out of such a godly space, a space where they start having this void in their spiritual health, and they're now going to fill it with drugs and passionless sex and a romance, and it's just and polyamory and
Yeah.
all the things that the community is now known for. And it's like, I'm sorry, but the church has a huge responsibility to this. I feel like this denigration in society, especially on the LGBT side of things.
Yeah. Well, and a lot of people don't realize, or maybe they do realize, and I learned this about my just from having a gay best friend, and he used to tell me like, so they have an open relationship, him and his partner, and I'm like, apparently that's like really
That
common.
is like the norm now. That is like the norm. And I talked to my friends about this at CPAC
And they
because
have
I
like
was just there.
gangbangs and stuff. Like it's
No, it's listen, I mean, like, I'm not gonna yuck people's yum, and the same thing happens in the straight community too. I
for
don't
sure it does.
personally
For
think
sure it
it's
does.
as prevalent as the gay
Yeah.
community or as openly and widely talked about. Um, but the thing is, it's like there's a study that just came out that showed that gay marriages are the divorce rate is much lower among gay men. And I think it's
Yeah,
because
because they're just banging whoever they
they
want. They're
have
never
open
monogamous.
relationships. So it's like
Yeah.
the marriage isn't even sanctity, it's not a sanctified marriage. It's a marriage by any other name, So they're married by name, but they're out here banging whoever they want to bang or banging with each other with other people. And
And
so
they
it's
do
not
that.
like it's almost like Massachusetts focusing on graduation rates rather than actual literacy. The
Yes.
graduations look
Yep.
good for the gay men, the marriages look good, but we're not seeing the underlying issues here. And it's like,
Mhm.
I'm not going to yuck people's yum. I think polyamory can work for some people, but it's definitely,
It can.
I think you have to be emotionally so wrecked to get there. I really do. Because like I've seen it where people are just like, I've given up on monogamy because no one's monogamous,
Yeah.
you know? And it's
Well, and
like,
it in that community especially.
and I think it's also like not to generalize men again, but men are very hypersexual beings. You stick two men together, it's yeah,
Listen,
listen.
I've been told some stories by my gay friends, and I'm just like, "What?
Yeah, I
You
don't.
did what?"
And, like, I've almost fallen into that trap where I'm like, I could deal with an open I was dating a guy who was dating a girl at the same time, and I was like,
Did she know
I
about you?
yes.
Okay,
So
okay.
so if we want the backstory on that, I
Yeah,
went to a
let's do
club.
but let's do it.
Yeah, I went to the club with my boyfriend at the time, and I knew my boyfriend was gonna break up with me the next day. I already knew. I walked to his house. I knocked the door on his house. He opened the door, didn't hug me, didn't look at me in the face. I was like, "Oh,
Oh,
we're
the
breaking up
vibes
tomorrow."
were there. You knew
The
it was
vibes are there.
coming. Yeah.
We go out to the club, and this girl comes up to me. She's like, "You're so pretty. My friend wants to meet you." And I was like, "Okay, bring him over." And he comes over high as a kite, eyes red as hell.
He's
Can't
like
even look
buzzing.
Yeah, can't even look at me in the face. Shy as hell. So that was the first time we met. Get broken up with. A few months later, I'm back at the club. I meet that guy again with the red eyes. We start making out at the club. We date for like a month. And then he's like, I found out that the girl that was trying to introduce me to him was his
Was
girlfriend
his girlfriend. Oh
on
my god.
Facebook. She was a cuck. She wanted to watch us have sex that night. That's why she wanted to introduce me to him. Yeah. Yeah.
So
So,
she was into some kinky shit.
yeah, and the thing is, but I don't know his mindset. I don't know his mindset, but in my mindset at the time, we were dating just exclusively for 1 month, and then he was like, "I need to tell you something," and I was like, "This girl's your girlfriend, right?" And he's like, "How did you know?" And I was like, "Well, it's on her Facebook." So,
Oh my
and
god.
so he was like, "Are you okay with that?" And I was like, "Well, if I get hurt, it's my fault." So it's like I think these people want to be loved so bad that they're willing to
Yes,
tear down the boundaries to get it. And it comes to the point that they end up inflicting so much pain on themselves that love almost becomes unrealistic.
for sure. And
Yeah,
I think that's everyday life and just people in general. Like when you want to fit in with a certain group of people, whether you're straight or gay or whatever the case is, like you want so desperately to fit in that you'll like change how you dress or like, change your style or whatever, like change how you talk, change how you show up in the
right,
world just because you're
right.
trying to like, um That's probably why I haven't had very many friends. Because
I mean, like, I keep
I
my
have
circle small.
never been that person to
Yeah.
do any of those things. But I've seen it happen with people that I know, and I'm just like, who even are you right now? Like, are you okay? And I think, but that's typical, whether your sexual orientation or not, is you want to be loved and accepted and a part of something.
Yes. I just think the gay community takes it 10 times further. I really
Hmm.
do. I think it's
Hmm.
just especially if we're going back to that conversation about the church and their parents and family and daddy issues, mommy issues, whatever it may be, I think it's highly, highly, highly prevalent in the LGBT community. So they grew up not feeling love at all. What are they gonna do for that love as an adult? And that's where I
Well,
have a
that's just it.
yeah, and that's
That's
just
just
it.
it. And
And I've almost like I've almost fallen into that trap before, you know, I always say that I'm not a saint, but I've always tried
none of
to
us are, though.
and
None of us are
none of us
saints.
are, but I've always tried to keep this perspective that sex is something meaningful and something
Yes, me
almost
too.
and something spiritual, and so I've tried to avoid these situations where I give
For
myself because
sure.
I feel like my soul gets taken every time. I really do because I get feelings through physical intimacy, and I know a lot of people in the gay community don't anymore. Uh,
Hmm.
but it's like I think we've lost this sense of connection on a spiritual, emotional, and physical level. To the point that,
Yeah, well,
and it's almost like go on, yeah.
especially in that community because they're so quick to be with other people. It can feel that way.
Yeah, and it's almost like it's just a sense of lack of self-respect too, because it's like you're giving yourself away, and I mean, like, I know you're getting something out of it, but it's like, who are you letting use you? Who are you letting use your body?
Yeah.
Like, who are you letting use your body, you know? It's like
Yeah. Yeah.
especially people you don't know,
I
and it's so
know.
and
And I,
talk about a gay Republican, they didn't know.
I they're like, who the fuck is this guy?
They'd be like, "Oh my" if they knew, they'd
But
be like,
I
"Oh my
feel
god."
like there are so many gay men out there that, I mean, share similar values as you and aren't into the whole, like, open relationship, gang banging with all your gay friends and stuff like that. Like, sometimes I would drive by my buddy's house and see, like, his other buddies there, and I'm like, oh, I wonder what they're doing.
I mean, like, it's funny when I talk to people, especially gay people, and they're like I'm like, I've only been on Grindr once. Someone tried to talk to me, I deleted it. I was like, "Nope."
And you're
And
like,
then
no, I can't do it.
I've never had a threesome, and people are like, "You're crazy." And I'm like, "I think I'm not."
I don't think you're
You're
crazy. I
crazy.
think you're a respectable young man. I think that, like, the stories that I've heard about, like, not threesomes, like
Orgies.
multiple
Yes.
people.
Trains. Trains. Yep.
Matu, my gay friend was very graphic when he told me the things. Like, he's trying to explain to me. He's got like a fork and a spoon, and he's going, okay, and then it's called double fucking. So then we do this. I'm like, don't tell me. I don't want to know. Put the props away. Don't tell me.
That's crazy. That's so funny. Yeah, the
Don't tell me.
props.
And he's like got a fork and a spoon and he's like twisting them together. And then he sits here. I'm like, I don't want to know. I was like, I don't want to know.
Yeah.
Have a
Well,
good time. Don't tell me the stories.
the thing is they're so open about it, and, like, I even made a video on this because I'm getting ads for, like, PrEP and DoxyPep and, like, test AIDS testing and stuff like that, and it's always from a gay perspective, which I think is hilarious because people grow up when I grew up, it was like, gays aren't the only ones that get HIV, and it's like, you're right, but why are all our ads based on gay people for HIV medication and stuff like that?
Well,
Anyways,
because
but
they
it's
try to
like,
make it out
you're
like it was the gay disease, but that's such
but it
bullshit.
wasn't, but now we are back to that. So it doesn't make any sense. And then at the same time, like this ad is talking about, I want to get railed at the after parties. I want to be run on a train. I want hash marks for all the people that I've taken on my ass. And it's like, why that and this is how ubiquitous it is in the gay community that our ads are literally talking about running trains and doing gangbangs. All for a Doxy Pep and Prep commercial.
That is so weird.
It's
Like, that is so weird.
it's dehumanizing, it's degrading, and it's like, okay, that's your kink in the bedroom, you wanna be degraded? This is a app there are kids on this app. Like,
Oh,
can we not?
I mean, they don't care about that. We've learned that with that most
Yeah,
recent lawsuit, right? With
right.
Facebook or Meta, the lawsuit that
Yeah,
just
like,
happened.
don't
And
even
that's like
get me started.
they're intentionally trying to like brainwash kids and do all that crazy stuff. But I think I just watched a post of yours about in the state of California. You don't have to tell someone that you have HIV?
So legally, so people, I remember when this law was changed, and basically, if you intentionally transmit HIV to someone, it used to be a felony. It was brought down to a
Yeah.
misdemeanor. Now,
Okay.
people tried to call me out because I said you can intentionally transmit AIDS without being liable, because technically that is the case. If you have HIV or AIDS and you have unprotected sex and you do not disseminate that information to your partner, but it's all based on intention. So if you do all that without the intention of transmitting the disease, you
Mhm.
cannot be held liable. So it's all based on a mindset. A mindset.
Or I said
I
this, so
was
this is
just
what I
alone.
meant.
I was just lonely and I didn't want to face the rejection of letting them know that I had HIV and AIDS. I didn't intentionally mean to transmit. You're not liable. So, yes, like even though the law says if you intentionally transmit it, it's technically illegal, but to prove that it was intentional is another thing.
That would
That is a
literally be like Jeffrey Dahmer saying, "No, those heads in my freezer aren't mine. I don't know how they got there."
no,
Or the
I
pictures
didn't
of
mean
the
to cut
dead
off this
bodies in
person's
my
head.
bedside table. I just don't know how they got there.
I didn't mean to cook this human alive and eat him. You know, it's just his body, his cooked penis just fell into my mouth. Yeah, it's like
Cooked penis just fell into my mouth.
so it's like people like try to correct the record. It's like no, baby, I lived this. I lived this. And the thing is, it's like if you're going to make the crimes based on intentionality, you can say anything you want and not be held liable in that case.
Well, which is kind of crazy because they have all these sort of crazy speech laws happening in anywhere like a Commonwealth country, so Canada, UK, Australia. And I mean, you can get in trouble for anything nowadays. I guess it doesn't stand in the States. You can be like, "I didn't do that.
No,
I didn't do that."
it doesn't make any. But I mean, like this is also the state where male like predators who sexually assaulted girls, underage girls, if they're within a 10-year age gap, they don't have to register on the registry, the sex offender registry. Now, gay people were complaining because if it was an older male with a minor boy, they would have to register. So what did the state do? Instead of making it so that male to female they had to register, they just made it so gays didn't have to register too.
So you could just be like, "I'm gay."
It's both now. Instead of making it so that you have to register regardless, they made it so, oh, the straights got advantage of it, now the gays get advantage of it. Cool.
Oh my
Yeah,
God.
less registration on the sex offender registry.
Well, they were saying something. There was a judge that ruled in somewhere, it was like Burlington, Ontario or Hamilton, Ontario. I can't remember. I do have a post about it. Ruled that being a registered sex offender is against their privacy rights.
Sorry.
I know. I'll have to
Think you
send you
really
the
have a
post
right
that I made because I couldn't even fucking believe it. I'm sorry, what? It's against their privacy?
I'm sorry, when you like assault someone, I think your right to privacy is gone. Especially if you sexually assault a minor. Your right to privacy is revoked. Bye.
I think also too for criminals that start identifying as trans, mostly men that identify to women that want to go to the women's prison. Once you've committed the crime, bro, you need to just stay where you are.
You stay where you are. I'm so sorry. You committed this crime as a dude.
But they're
You're a dude.
catering to it. They're catering to it.
California prisons. I know several COs, like correctional officers.
Hmm, hmm, hmm.
The way that prisoners here are so lavish. They're living I would go to prison. First of all, sex all I want, and I get all these free medical devices. I can get all the surgeries I want. Oh, I need a body affirming care. Oh my gosh, let's do a facial like reconstructive surgery or something. It's so insane.
Yeah, but they let them have it. There's a really horrendous case in British Columbia here in Canada. And so this guy, he did something really bad to a 3-month-old baby that rhymes with grape. Then he drowned a toddler and then went to prison and then decided that he wanted to identify as a woman, so got breast augmentation covered by the province healthcare while in prison, and then moved to a women's prison. And you know what he did?
Raped women. Raped
Yeah,
women.
of course he did. He raped women.
Of course he did.
Of course he did.
Because that's common. Like anyone would have. put two and two together, you would think.
That
But we don't
happens.
care about we're coming to the point where we don't care about women.
That's so insane to me, and that we're giving gender affirming care to prisoners.
Yeah.
What?
Uh,
What?
I'm so sorry that we have to why are we catering to the feelings of child rapists? I'm so sorry. Chop off like, okay, let's the gender affirming care is just chopping off the penis.
Well, that didn't happen, he just wanted breasts.
Yeah, no, we gotta chop off the penis. You wanna be a woman? We're going all in then.
If you assault a child, your penis should get chopped off
Yeah.
anyway.
You don't even have to be doing sex reassignment surgery. It should just be gone. You're done.
Yeah, I believe
Cruel and
that they should have
cruel
the
and unusual punishment. Yeah,
death penalty for child sexual predators.
100%. And
Yeah.
I think Florida introduced that bill.
Yep.
Florida's doing it. I
Yep.
think Idaho might be doing it too.
They
So,
should. Every
they should
state should do it. That should be like a federal law
yeah, no,
across like states.
but that's not gonna happen in
N-
California or New York.
No, no, because that's where all the pedophiles live.
It's honestly so dejecting, like, talking about it sometimes because
Mhm.
it's just you feel like you're just in a sea of crazy, especially where I live. I just went to CPAC, and I I've never been to Dallas, I've never been to Austin, Houston. I've only been to Irving, Texas, because I did an internship with Glenn Beck. So I was there for, like, 2 weeks, but I never actually drove around Dallas or been in Dallas. I never knew a big city in the United States could be that clean with so little homeless people.
Crazy,
Like,
right?
I would love to live in Dallas. Like, I don't know why anybody's in LA.
I
I don't know why
here
anybody's in New York.
I love California and I love New York. I love Los Angeles. I think there's just a vibe. It's just something about it. I won't stay in LA. Like when I go, I have friends in Malibu, so I stay in Malibu when I come out to California because why wouldn't you want to stay in Malibu? Um, and I love that. And I get the City of Angels. I get the beauty of California. I freaking love California. And for a long time, I wanted to live there, but
I
not
love
anymore.
California with all my I really do. Like, I grew up in Fresno, and I live in the area, and Fresno will always be home to me, but, like, last night, I went to a downtown event in Fresno. Tell me why there were 2 stabbings at this event, and then there
You're
was a stabbing
kidding.
at the mall on the north side of Fresno, which is normally the safer side. It's like and not that that doesn't happen everywhere,
It does. Yes,
and
of course we know
it
this. Yeah.
and it happens everywhere, but it's like, I don't know, it's just a different it's like it's almost like when I saw people running towards me, I was literally on the phone with my friend and I was like, "Looks like someone's getting shot. I'm just gonna walk the other way." It was almost like business as usual. And
Isn't that crazy?
and it's crazy because, like, homelessness, dirtiness, like that like, when I go to LA, I don't expect a clean city. I
No,
expect vibes, I
it's
expect
so
good weather.
gross.
Right, I expect expensive stuff, I expect vibes, I expect good weather, I expect homelessness, and I expect dirt. And then I
And
go to places
grime.
like yes, and I go to places like Dallas, and I'm expecting, like, somewhat podunk, it's like urban sprawl,
Yep,
gorgeous.
I know.
Gorgeous, clean, no homeless, like, people out and about, like, being friendly with each other, like, saying
Mhm.
hi to each other. It's such a different world, and people love to hate on the red states, but then they all move there.
I know, I know. Well, that's the thing is that most people don't realize about LA is that texts like, "Oh, I wanna go to LA, I wanna go to LA." I'm like, "Well, you don't. You wanna go to California, you probably don't wanna stay in LA because it's disgusting.
Disgusting.
It's disgusting, it's a cesspool." And then everyone's like, "Oh, I wanna go to Venice Beach, I wanna go to Venice Beach." I'm like, "You can go there for the what you think it might be,
You wanna go
uh,
to Beverly Hills.
you
That's you
want to
wanna
go
go to
to Beverly
Malibu.
Hills, Malibu, let's Calabasas. We don't want to be going to Venice Beach or is it cool? Of course. I've been to Venice. I've been to the beaches, Newport Beach, freaking Venice Beach. Oh God, what are all the other ones? I've been to so many, right? I've been to California so many times. And like I get it. I get it. But people don't realize how gnarly those places are. Like Venice Beach specifically, it's so bad.
It's so bad. You have people, like, trying to sell you shit all over all over the place, empty CDs. It's homeless everywhere. It smells.
So if I go to Venice Beach and get like lunch on like the boardwalk or whatever, I always give my food to like a homeless person after because they need it and people don't realize it. It's like the slums. That's like slumming it at Venice Beach.
No, really. And, like, California, based on, like, the SPM, we have the highest poverty rate in the country. And it's like, we are living beyond our own means in this state to the point that
Hmm.
quality of life is so low.
Yeah.
And it's just people don't get it unless they're from here, or they're too wealthy to understand. They're so above purview
Well, there's
that they
such
can't.
a big, gap
Wealth gap.
between.
We have one of the worst wealth gaps in the country in
Yeah,
California.
yeah,
And it's just insane to me that people are like, they'll go to the coast and be like, "Why would I ever leave this place?" And it's
but
like,
it's so
okay,
beautiful. I
it's
get
it's
that, like, I get it.
gorgeous, but
Yeah.
the cost of living, the quality of education, the quality of life in general, the
Mhm,
corruption. We have 2,000 and over, I think, close to 3,000 independent agencies that have no oversight. And these are people that are unelected bureaucrats.
mhm.
We thought the federal government was bad. California's government and these people, it's just levels of bureaucracy that you've never heard of before. Nothing, it's so hard to fix the problems in the state. Not that anyone is willing to elect someone that wants to try,
I know.
but
Oh
it's
my
like
god, I
the
know.
the state is so upside down. And then meanwhile, Mississippi's over here going from like 44th in education up to top 10 within 10 years because they held children back on the third grade if they didn't know what they were doing and
Well,
went
now
back to
there's, like,
farming.
there's a whole, like, "Oh, you can't fail them. Not allowed to fail them."
Right, because we have to cater to their feelings, and
You don't want them to
we
be
need to
sad.
an African American vernacular English is actually acceptable, even though it increases illiteracy rates. Like, what are you talking about? What are you talking? Catering and kowtowing to the poorest in education does not help them be uplifted. You need to give them standards, and
Yes.
it's just this state is so, and not this one, not this one, but like the big blue states just don't. They're just so nonsensical to me.
I totally agree with you, and do you think you'll leave California?
If that mileage tax actually comes to fruition, I would have to. Like, you're gonna charge me a gas tax and a mileage tax on top of it, not including the refineries closing down, not including cap and trade, not including all of the regulations on the refineries themselves. Yeah, oh, and Carbob having our own special blends. Hell yeah. You're charging me basically $1.50 at the pump, and then you're gonna charge me an extra, what, $400 to $700 a year based on my mileage?
Mhm.
This is not a state for the poor.
No.
This is a state that keeps you poor.
But what don't I know it? I mean, it's beautiful. I love California. I don't want people to think that I don't love California. I do. But
And I do too. I don't
yeah.
want people to think I don't. I love this state to death, but
Yeah.
it is run by the worst people imaginable.
Do you think Spencer Pratt will become the mayor of Los Angeles?
It doesn't look good. And I don't get how people could be voting for Bass after what happened with the Paradise Fires and the allegedly her trying to cook the books and hide a lot of the communication surrounding that.
Well,
But
and I
it's like,
feel for Spencer and Heidi and everyone who lost their home, but they like really put it all out there on social media and I do feel that Spencer is trying to fight for the people and not just the wealthy people because him and Heidi have said like we don't have all this money. We can't rebuild our home.
and the thing is, Spencer Pratt's not even like a conservative. He's just totally against the corruption and inefficiency of LA and the state. Like, he is, if anything, a centrist, I would say. He's more left leaning than I would say he is right leaning. It's like he's just so against literally travesty happening in his neighborhood.
Yeah, because that's what happened.
That's what
Like
happened.
that is what happened, and they won't even admit it. They won't even admit that there was no water in the
In that, yeah,
whatever. You know what I'm
and whatever that
talking
was,
about.
yes.
Whatever that was. There's no water there. Anyways,
I'm
I
an
guess
expert on all things
the word is
California.
leaving my brain. I don't know the word, but there
Yes.
was no water, and that's terrifying. And I think it was a land grab.
Well, I mean, clearly it was now that the state is trying. They were like threatening to remove people's sea trains that were trying to clear up their burnt areas and like trying to rebuild. And it's like, what are you talking about? Like, I thought you
Hmm.
wanted these people to get their homes back, and now you're trying to remove all of the necessary equipment to do so. And it's like we conspiracy theory, like, I'm not a huge conspiracy theorist as
I
much as my
totally am.
I mean, I can be as long as there's like like I can be. But like,
Well, the
especially when
longer
it
you
came
stay on
to
my page, you might turn into one.
well, especially when it comes to Lahaina and when it comes to the Paradise Fires, it's like it did not take long for both states to be like, "Oh, yeah, we're gonna sell these to developers." It took within a year for conspiracy theorists to be like, "Oh, we were correct on that one." It literally conspiracy theorists went from needing like 5 to 6 years to be correct to be proven correct, now to just like a couple months.
Yeah, conspiracy realists.
Conspiracy realists, for sure.
Yes,
For
that's
sure.
what we are. That's exactly what we are.
Mhm.
Well, and the mileage tax that you're talking about and the other taxes is like that. Those are all well, this is we're gonna need a whole different episode for this. But those are but those are all things to work towards Agenda 2030.
No, I agree with that. 100%. You're gonna make it
100%.
so inconvenient to drive and make these 30-minute cities
Yeah, 15
where it
minutes.
15-minute cities where
Yeah,
everything's walkable.
yep.
And this is where it's also like a conundrum to me in California because we have no public transit.
Well, what are they
So
gonna do?
it's
Well, they're gonna like you have to have an electric vehicle if you want to go anywhere. Can't leave your grid though. Can't leave your
right,
grid.
but
You have to have a pass.
at the same time, the electric vehicles are now being taxed for the mileage tax. So it's like we're being forced into electric vehicles, which is fine. But now we're being taxed on electric vehicles because our gas tax numbers are getting low. And then our registration fees are still there, of course, for the roads that look like shit. And then at the same time, it's like you want us to make it so inconvenient for us to drive, but you're not going to even offer adequate public transit.
Or an affordable electrical vehicle option.
Right. Well, I mean, like when all of our energy is sky high because we do the dumbest energy policies in the
Well, and you
country.
have to charge your freaking car to drive it, so then that jacks up your energy bill.
Yep. Yep.
And plus,
The
how
state,
long can you drive your car for if it has a full charge? How long can you even
right.
drive it for? Like,
Like if you're gonna force 15-minute cities on me, can I at least get like a metro? Can
like
I,
get me a goddamn bus.
can I get a bus with a security guard on it? Like,
Like for real though.
give me like a
And
bus
I
marshal.
like we have a pickup truck and a Yukon XL. So I have like a big ass freaking SUV.
Gas guzzler. Yeah.
Yeah, and that's actually I will say the Yukon XL, I have the Denali, so it takes premium. It's really nice. It's really good on gas. I get like 1,000 kilometers to the tank. I don't know what that is in miles, but
I don't know what that means.
it's a lot. It's 1,000 kilometers. It's a lot. But it's crazy to me that like people think that we're gonna just switch over to electric vehicles. What kind of electric vehicles am I gonna put 3 kids in?
Well, I mean, even just the switch from gas to green energy, it's like we are so reliant on this stuff, and you guys aren't even making like a transition move to switch everything over. We do not like first of all, why aren't we doing nuclear? Why aren't we doing nuclear when it is clean energy and it is way more efficient than anything else? Because they won't make money off of it.
Well, that's just it. Nikola Tesla proved that energy is free,
Hmm.
and then
Yes.
he was killed.
And then he was killed.
They say he wasn't killed, but he definitely was. Mm, and that's again another episode.
That's another episode.
But
Yes. Have me back on. Put me
I
on the
will
panel.
for sure. But you know what I'm saying? Like once you like go into a rabbit hole, I'm gonna send you all these videos. You're gonna be like, "This girl's fucked," but I'm here for it.
Listen,
Um, you'll be like, "Yep, I'm a conspiracy theorist now. I am in the rabbit hole." Um, but that's a whole other thing. Is that energy should be free? They've proven that free energy is a thing, and they killed him so that they could charge people for energy.
right. And I mean, like, even if we're not going that route, it's like I made a video on this. California used to not import so much oil, and the entire country, like the entire United States, every state has seen their import levels drop except for California. California has increased like something like I don't like eight. It's either like 800 or 80%. We're missing a zero. We're adding a zero. I'm not sure. Over the last
A
like
lot, a
over
lot.
these last like 60 years, we've increased our imports. And we're the only state to do so at this level. Our refineries closed. We're getting gas from like 70% of our gas from the Bahamas, which means we have to on a barge, a diesel guzzling barge, take oil all the way down through the Panama Canal to reach our shores. It's like
So
that's
insane.
environmentally friendly.
Well, is going to the moon and back environmentally friendly? Because I don't think it is.
I mean, I don't think it is, but California's not doing that. Uh,
I saw a really funny reel, and it was like the guy is like, "Oh yeah, they're just going to the fucking moon and back, and I have to pay a gazillion dollars to put gas in my car. I'm only allowed to drive it for 30 kilometers, but well, yeah, we're just gonna go beyond around the moon for a little,
a little
a little,
trip, a
a
little
little
jaunt.
tour." Like it's like Make it make sense. But, I mean, then you have the whole thing is, like, are they really did they go to the moon? Like, are they actually is
See,
that actually
I don't believe
happening?
the moon landing was real,
No,
so
neither do I. I
that's where
don't think
you
it
I mean,
was
I figured we
either.
would agree on that one.
Yeah, no.
This
That
one,
was some
I'm
studio shit, like,
I mean, like, yeah, why couldn't they land on the moon this time either? Like, come on, you just went
oh,
around it? Like,
like,
jeez.
apparently they're going, like, 7,000 kilometer or miles past the moon as well. They're going into deep space. But my thing is, okay, if we look at the moon landing, the original moon landing, who was filming them take off? Who was
There's so
filming
many,
that?
like there's so many, like, inconsistencies, of course. I at this point in my life, I'm just like, anything could be true, and it's not
Question
really
everything.
it doesn't really change anything about my current life.
I mean, that's the thing. You have to question everything.
Yeah, I question everything, but also anything I do does not change anything. So, it's like, I'm not gonna be so stressed out about it. I can just acknowledge that things are not how they actually are.
Well, that's exactly it. And I think it's important to question everything and all that. I made a post just very recently about I said if giants weren't real, then explain this next video. And it just shows this massive door, like a 30-foot door or 50-foot door, something crazy. And it's got a latch at the very top. And it's like, it's just crazy. You have to watch it. And this guy comes on and starts talking about like the war and child trafficking and how I shouldn't be making videos like this and blah blah blah. And I'm just like, why? Why can't I make a video about giants? I
Yeah.
just want to know if they exist.
Yeah, go okay, you go talk about all that stuff then.
Yeah, you
Like,
go to I and here's the
you don't
thing.
have to be here.
I do talk about that stuff. This video
Yeah.
isn't about that.
Like, yeah, go check my other clips out first, please, thanks.
I just like made this rebuttal, and I'm pretty sure while we were chatting, because my notifications come up on my computer, he told me to shut up. He doesn't. There's no rebuttal because you're being ridiculous. But that's the whole thing is like no one can like come to your page if you don't agree, just fucking keep scrolling. Just keep scrolling. You
Scroll
don't have
along.
to agree with me. You don't have to make the post about something that's not. I posted another funny one. I don't know if it was like true or not, but it was like man gets arrested for spiking women's drinks with Viagra to see if they get a boner because you never can tell these days if a woman is a man. So
I
it was so funny, and then these people are like, "You have such a weird sense of humor if you think that someone putting anything in someone's drink is hilarious." I was like, "Well, that is hilarious. I'm sorry. A man putting Viagra in a woman's drink to see if she gets a boner is funny. That's funny.
it's funny. I
I
mean,
think it's funny."
like, okay, if it was a date rape jug, like, let's talk about it, but it's Viagra. It's a blue pill. Like, can we chill out a little bit?
These people were like, "Oh, you must think it's okay for people to put things in women's drinks." And I was like, "Well, you're saying that I am okay with date rape." I'm like, "You like get a life. Get a freaking life right now."
Can you how badly did that reach hurt? Like, that leap that you made, how bad did that hurt?
I was like, and then the other people, yeah, that's not funny. And I'm like, it's so funny.
God, no, no. I mean, like, at some point, people are just talking through each other. They're not talking with each other, and that's the state of politics these days in general. It's just like if I like, I'm trying to give like a good example. Like, if I talk anything that's not the Epstein files, people make it about the Epstein files, and it's like,
Of course, I know, me too. Oh, why are you talking about this? Why are you talking about that? Like, release the
yeah.
Epstein files, blah, 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 blah. Like, oh, Jesus.
And it's just like, can we move on to another thing at this point? It was Free Palestine yesterday, and now it's the Epstein files. Like, can we chill out a little bit,
Well,
please?
and it's like to say that we don't care about the Epstein files. It's like, of course I care about the Epstein files. I don't need to have every single post about the Epstein files or
Right.
Jeffrey Epstein or whatever. And like even my posts that are more political and not about conspiracies, like they get way less views and people are like, "See, look at your last post. It only has 2,500 views. You bought all your followers." Like people are just so crazy and I'm like, "Well, no, it's just cuz I didn't post about conspiracies. They don't like when I don't post about conspiracies." But guess what? I don't post for them.
Well, I mean, like, I talk about policy in a lot of my videos, and people don't care.
No.
People care about sensationalism. People want to be mad. People don't want to actually talk about things that could help fix society. And I mean, like, that's okay. The people that watched, good for you. I'm
Well, and
glad. I'm
if
glad
you
we can
think
nerd out a little bit.
logically and actually look at policy, they just call you stupid or dumb or they say all kinds of things to me. Oh, you're fat and ugly and stupid and bigot, this, that, and the other. And I'm like, I'm these things because I mentioned the policy. Okay,
Right.
cool. Yeah, think
I
that
mean,
about
like,
me.
I think it was a year ago, I made a video on the minimum wage hike in California for fast food. And I was like 10, and it was just within, I think, what, a year at that point. And I was like, well, 10,000 jobs were lost. And they're like, that was just seasonal. That was just seasonal. And then a new report just came out the other day that said, well, since then, we've lost anywhere between 18 and 21,000 jobs. It's not just seasonal, y'all. I mean, like, minimum wage hikes, economists have been right all along. And you guys are just too fucking stupid because you guys want to feel good and think that these little minimum wage patty flippers need to make more money than the CEO
Mhm.
because why? They're not losing any investment here. They're not losing any investment, and it's like the first of all, the CEOs aren't even the ones that are like they're not the ones that are being affected. Like these are franchises. These are individual small business owners that are having to close shop or raise prices or reduce hours. It's not even the CEOs anymore, you guys. Like, do you guys not understand even how a franchise works?
No, they
No,
don't, and they don't
they
care to
don't.
they go by what the headline says, and they don't do
Right.
any digging.
Well, it's because it must be big bad evil rich people always, or it must be Trump or Epstein or something.
Yes, all of the
All of
above.
the things.
It's all of those things together.
Yes, capitalism. We're in late stage capitalism. They can never tell me what that means.
No, because they don't care.
No.
When they don't have a good argument, they go to attack your looks or they call you something stupid like a bigot or a transphobe or whatever they want to call you.
And the irony couldn't be clearer when you like these people have not looked in the mirror. You want to talk about my voice so bad because I have a little bit of a little bit. I do have a gay twinge really bad.
You
But
do. It's fine.
and it's
Nothing
fine.
wrong
And
with
it's
it.
like, okay, but if I was a liberal gay, you'd be so fine with it.
Yeah, you'd be like, oh my God, yes, I love this.
Yes,
Queen.
queen.
Yes. Yes,
Mama boots down.
queen. Oh my God. That's exactly how it would be.
Yes.
Exactly.
Right.
And that is a problem, and I think this is a good place to wrap up because I think there's a lot to be said for that right there. It's like just because you lean left, or sorry, just because you lean right doesn't mean anything about you. There's so much more that makes you you. Like just like me and my friend who she's coming on the podcast in a few weeks. I hope you watch it or people watch it to see how two people on completely opposite sides of the of the spectrum can still get along and have totally opposite views. Just because I lean right doesn't, that's not my whole personality. Like, look at the shirt. I'm so cool. Look at me. Like, this cat is wearing Chucky pants. Like, look at that. I am so cool.
Yeah.
You,
And the
you
thing
get
is
what
like
I'm saying. You know what I mean? Like,
right. And if we talk, we'll never know like where we can come and find commonalities on. It's like we will find things to agree on. And that should be
100%.
what matters the most. Yeah. Finding the common.
Which is why you shouldn't have lost your job.
To wrap it all up. Yeah. That's why.
Which is why.
So, yep.
So,
Bring it all
bottom
the way
line,
back around. Bottom line, I should be working, right?
you should be working. You never should have lost your job. That's fucking horseshit. And you guys should be ashamed of yourselves. I hope you're watching. But
They're following me. They're following me
for
hard.
real though, I do wonder. I do work outside of social media and stuff like that. And sometimes I do think like someone may find this. I just don't care.
Mm.
I don't
Yeah,
care.
I mean, I've gotten to that point now. Anyone that I was worried about finding out about my politics, clearly they knew for a lot longer than I ever thought. And at this point, it doesn't matter. So it's like, it is what it is. You're gonna take me or you're gonna leave me. And if you want to hang, you can hang. If you don't want to hang, you don't have to hang. Just don't hang
Yes.
me.
Yeah. Like hello. So, if you could leave our listeners with one thing today, what would that be?
If I can leave the listeners with one thing today, be that voice. I mean, like, just be that person that is able to communicate and have these rational discussions. Don't like attack people out of nowhere. We need to be, not to bring it back to Charlie Kirk, but honestly, we have lost such a pivotal person in this movement or in politics in general
Hmm.
that is able to bridge a divide somewhere that can actually find commonality between people. So I'm a keyboard warrior. I do get heated in the comment section, but like
I don't.
I am guilty of this too. But we need to be actually the ones that are able to pick up that legacy and have these open, honest discussions. Maybe the comment section isn't the best place to do that because people just want to be mad, but find it anywhere where you can to have an open, honest discussion with people.
Yeah, I think such a great thing to leave people with. 'Cause a lot of people are scared, and I always say, just speak your mind.
Yeah,
Don't be
100%.
scared. I just call it my salty cunt era. Seems to
Be
be
a salty
working.
cunt if you have to be a salty cunt. Match
Totally fine
energy,
with it.
actually.
Yeah, it's totally
If I'm
fine.
gonna
I
leave you
don't
with
care.
anything, match energy.
Be a salty cunt. People will love you or hate you. Something I always say is people will love you and hate you for the exact same
Same
reasons.
reasons.
So just be who you are. Guys, if you made it to the end of this episode, we want to hear from you. Message us. Let us know what you think. Make sure you message Matthew. I'll link all of your social media into the show notes. Say hello. Tell us what you think. If you have questions, ask. If you're afraid to speak up, speak up. Do your thing. Give us a thumbs up. Make sure you subscribe. And if you made it to the end, thank you so much for tuning in. Until next time.